So today we're going to see the WEEE. That is the WEEE. That is nothing but it is a directives. WEEE is a directives. Okay. So the full form of WEEE, that is West Electronic West Electronic Electronic Waste First Electrical and Electronic equipment. Okay, waste electrical and electronic equipment, that is a full form of what? WEEE. WEEE. Okay, so let's see what is there in this. So here, let me write this first. Okay, so the waste electrical and electronic equipment. So Europe adopted this WEEE, that is Waste Electrical and Electronic Equipment Directives, in February 2003. So the Europe adopted this equipment in 2000 Feb 2003. Feb 2003. Okay, Europe adopted this WEEE, that is Waste Electronic Equipment, in Feb 2003 as a first priority. Okay, the aim of this directive is prevention of WEEE. Also, its aim at increase reuse, recycling, and other form of recovery techniques of this waste so as reduce disposal of e-waste. ओके, म्हणजे ह्याचा एम काय होतं की जास्तीत जास्त रिसायकल रियूज करणे ओके. सो दिस ह्या टेक्नॉलॉजीचा हा एम होतं. सो दॅट्स वाय युरो अडॉप्टेड द WEEE in 2000, this directive in Feb 2003, and so the first priority to aim the directive is prevention of WEEE, and so also aim it increase the reuse, recycle, and other form of recovery techniques of this waste, as soon as reduce disposal of electronic waste. So it is a responsibility of manufacturer dispose WEEE. आता ह्याची रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती मॅन्युफॅक्चर करणे, डिस्पोज करणे WEEE. The manufacturers are required to collect WEEE, that is waste electrical and electronic equipment. Manufacturers are required to collect this WEEE using any program established by them. This rule states that consumers should have possibility of returning all product to manufacturers. Okay, so what types of program was there? Means they what this rule states that consumers should have possibility of returning all product to manufacturer for free of charge. Okay, so then they are required for disposing of recycling this all equipment in illogical manner. So Rose in here, European Union adopted, that is full form like this, ROHS, restriction are for restriction of hazardous substance directives. So restriction of hazard substance directive in February 2003. So here Union also adopted in 2003, in February only 2003, the restriction of hazardous substance directive. So this is the restriction of substance directive, restriction of hazardous substance directives. Okay, so this adopted by Europe, sorry, by Union. Okay, so let's see in Feb 2003. So Here, the ROHS directly restricted certain hazardous substance used in electrical and electronic equipment. These hazard substances are like we have a study about mercury, then lead, PB, then HCl, then cadmium. Okay, so these are the subtype substance which they're trying to adopt it. Okay, so also there must be no more 0.1 of lead. So notation here, many countries have adopted different version of WEEE. The many countries adopted different version of W3 directives. Some of country, let's see, and their rule and regulation. Let's see. So in Australia, let me. So this the let's see the some countries have adopted different version of W3, that is Western electrical equipment, electronic equipment. So let's see first details about Australia. So here came into existence in August 2005. In August came in August 2005. Okay, according to this. Customers are required to pay for collection, recovery, and recycling of W3. So, customers are required to pay, recover, and recycling of W3. Then, next is France. France, in France, came into existence in November 2016. So, existed in November 2016. So this directive has introduced the concept of extended producer responsibility. This responsibility means the producer are responsible for disposing all old and life appliances that they have produced in the market. That is, producers are responsible for collection, recycling, and recovery of W3. Then Germany. Let's see what's there in Germany. So here, here it came into in March 2005. March 2005. So it came into the exchange in March 2005. According to this law, consumer means they all countries mention their law to avoid the means harmful what we can say harmful substance hazard substance which will badly impact on our environment and our human health also. So according to means some countries try to adopt these types of means different version of W3, okay, directives. So they because to adopt it to imitate this all non unwanted chemical gases, and we can say any carbon footprint. So they are trying to means they are trying to keep one some type law. So in Australia came into existence in August 2005. According to this the customer are required to pay for collection, recover, and recycling of W3. Then in France it came into existence in November 2016. This directive has introduced the concept of extended producer responsibility. This responsibility means that producers are responsible for disposing all end of life appliances that they have produced in the market. So producers are responsible for collecting and recycling and responsive recovery of W3. Then in Germany came into the accident in March 2005. So according to this law, consumers are allowed to return their end of life product free of charge. So municipalities collect the e-waste which is taken by manufacturers recycle. This collect e-waste following electrical standards and pay for the same. Then in Italy, so here came into the existence in July 2005. In July 2005. So here, it came into the existence in July 2005. According to this law, manufacturers are required to provide information to consumer about proper disposal of W3. So here, manufacturer need to is required to provide the information to the consumer about how to dispose it in proper way of W3. Okay, so after this in Spain, okay, in Spain, these are some countries where they are adopted different various of W3 directories. Okay, these are the some countries which I'm telling you. Okay, then Spain is came into the existence in Feb 2005. In Feb 2005. So here, this law, this law imposes a manufacturer to design and make equipment that are easier. Okay, that so became into the existence in Feb 2005. This law imposes manufacturer to design to make equipment that are easier to the recycle and reuse. So in Spain, here in Feb 2005, this existence came. So here this law is there. This imposes manufacturer to design and make equipment that are easier to reuse. Okay, they make this like this in equipment which are easier to recycle again. Okay, then this is some country. Then United Kingdom. Next is the United Kingdom. So here it came into the existence in January 2007. In January 2007. So this directives includes a take back scheme where W3 is nothing but waste electronic equipment is taken back from consumer so as to facilitate recycling and information producer about return product. Here manufacturers are required to uh, dismantle and recycle all electronic equipments. Then this is about some country which is adopted the W3 in various way. So the mean W3 is Europe adopted this. W3 is the West Electronic and Electronic Equipment Directories in February 2003 as so Europe follows the directives on WCS based electronic equipment and directives on ROSH investigation of hazard substance. WT directive provides way for collecting consumer. WT is nothing but it is a way to provide collecting consumer all equipment free of charge. The aim to increase recycling and or reuse W3 restrict and restrict the use of hazard material into the product. So the aim of W3 and restrict the use of hazard substance to recycle it, increase the recycling. Okay. So this is some country which which adopted W3 in various ways. So let's see the in Asia. What is there in Asia? Okay. So here many countries are working in a path of minimizing the impact of e-waste. Okay, many countries are working minimize the impact of e-waste because very well e-waste is harmful for us for environment. Okay, it's harmful for human also. So many countries are working in the path of minimize the impact of e-waste on the environment. This section explain about action that are taken place in Asia to protect the environment. Okay, so here this section explain about action. The Asia countries explain about the action that are taken place in Asia to protect the environment. To protect environment, the Asia has taken the action. So in let's see what's there in Japan. Japan. How events managed by Japanese. Okay, how the events is managed by the Japanese. Japanese have their way of manufacturing e-waste problem. Okay, Japanese having their way to managing the e-waste. They hire workers. They hire the train worker to recycle and reuse the electronic material which were used to create new products. So Japanese have their own way. They what they did, they hire the train worker which can um, means workers to reuse and recycle the electronic equipment which were used to create new products. For example, glass, plastic, and other materials of old TV can be reused in new television. Wow, it's nice. So then there are two laws that have been implemented in Japan for dealing with e-waste management problem. So in Japan is having have two laws. They implemented in Japan for dealing with the solving the problem of e-waste. Yeah, e-waste management problem. So first law is called LP law for the promotion of effective utilization of resource. That is first law is LPUR. LPUR. This is the first law. It's nothing but it is full form is law for from L for law for the before promotion of effective utilization of resource. मतलब law for the promotion of effective utilization of resource. This law encourage manufacturers to recycle the goods and reduce the generation of the e-waste. Okay, so this law is encouraged to manufacturer. So this law is means this law is introduced to for which purpose? To encourage the manufacturer to recycle the goods and reduce the generation of this e-waste. Then second law is called, this is the first, and second is LRHA. So law for the recycling of special kinds of home appliances. So this is about, first one is about what? Law for the promotion of effective utilization resource. Okay, let me write the full form, then you will get better. Okay, so this is the law for the promotion law for the promotion of effective effective utilization utilization okay, of resource. So this is the full form of this law. Okay, so let's see what is about this. So this law is encourage the law for the promotions of electric utilization of resource. This law is encourage the manufacturer to reuse the e-waste material, yeah, to reuse the what this law is effective utilize the resource. This law is encourage manufacturer to recycle the goods and reduce the generation of e-waste. Then second law is LRHA, that is, let's write the full form first here. Law for it is, sorry, just 1 minute. Law for the Okay, so LRHS is a law for the recycling of specified kinds of home appliances. This is the second law which used in Japan. Okay, which Japan introduced two law. First one is LPUR, that is a law for the promotion of effective utilization resources, and second is LRHA, which is nothing but the law for the recycling specified kinds of home appliances. So in second law, what's there in second law? So the second law is enforced both consumer and manufacturer to recycle home appliances. So what is this enforce the both consumer and manufacturer to recycle home appliances. And first law is encourage the manufacturer to recycle the goods and reduce the generation of the e-waste. Okay, so according to this law, consumer have to pay for recycling home appliances. This will include transformation cost and recycling fees. Consumer have to pay to retailers for picking up their waste, which is then recycled by the manufacturer. So, what is the short note China ROSH? So, China restriction of hazards. Let's see the China, China restriction of hazard substance. There is officially known as a management methods for restriction the US uses of hazard substance in electrical and electronic equipment. So this regulation helps in controlling use of certain hazard substance like lead, mercury, and so on in electronic equipment. So is officially known as the management method for restriction. So China ने पण restrict केलं most use करणे substance like mercury and the mercury lead. Okay, so China ROSH is quite different from European ROSH. There are many products which are included in China but not in China are restriction of hazardous substance, and but not in EU restriction of hazardous substance. China restriction of hazardous substance include following product types: automotive devices, medical devices, manufacturing equipment, component, and certain raw material, electronics, then radar equipment, then packaging materials. So these types of materials which are introduced in China but not in EU are a restriction of hazards. Okay, so China restriction of hazards include following products which I said now, but home appliances and toys are not included within its regulation. Products being sold into China must be marked as complete or non-complete complement. Manufacturers, distributors, and importers need to meet the limits and requirements of China in order to continue selling products in China. So China is implement two phase. First phase require companies to put label on product in to indicate certain restriction materials like lead, mercury. Okay. Then second phase will restrict specify substance in product. Types of marking required on product. There are some types which label required on product, like label indicating information about uses of six restriction hazards substance: lead, mercury, cadmium, hex, hexavalent, chromium, PBB. Okay, in the product, if these substances are present in product, another label called environment. So if present, then in the product, if these substances are present in the product, another label called environment friendly use period. Okay, it should be on product which determines the date until which this hazard substance will not cause pollution. So table indicate that information about which hazard substance are contained in the product and component they are present in. The type of packaging material used need to be disclosed on the outside packaging. Date of manufacture of product must be marked on the product if EEUP label is needed. So Korea in April 2007 National Assembly of Korea adopted the Act of for recycling electronic equipment and vehicle into the law. This is also known as the Korea Rose. This ROSH is designed to lessen to use hazard substance in the manufacturing of electrical and electronic equipment. It is also facilitate collect of uses product from consumer and recycle them. This means manufacturers and importers of electrical and electronic equipment, automobiles must make efforts to facilitate recycling of waste by making them recycle and uses of hazard substance. So manufacturers or importers are required to take the used product back from consumer when selling new product to them. So whether the used product was manufactured by them without asking for any charge and recycle them. So the act includes four main requirements like restricting hazardous material, designing efficient recycling technique, recycling of WEEE, and recycling of vehicles. So this is about some countries which try to restrict to means to avoid the uh, hazardous substance. Okay, so we stop here. Today's we have finished our second chapter. In next lecture, we will move on the next unit. That is minimizing the power uses. Okay, okay okay. So lectures over here. Thank you.